This is devastating. 3 days ago, I was in the middle of an all church fast. And during that fast, I was praying and asking the Lord what He wanted me to do in the small church that I serve in today. How can I enhance the growth of this church? How can I enhance the growth of the youth in this church? How can I be a light and the salt that I'm supposed to be for the people around me, for the young people around me, for the people that are my age in the small church that I serve in today? He quickly sends me to the book of Philippians. I read all the way to verse 15 and it hits me like a brick wall. Here's what it says. It's true that some are preaching out of jealousy and rivalry, but others preach about Christ with pure motives. They preach because they love me, for they know I have been appointed to defend the good news. Those others do not have pure motives. As they preach about Christ, they preach with selfish ambition, not sincerely, intending to make my chains more painful to me. But that doesn't matter. Whether their motives are false or genuine, the message about Christ is being preached either way. So I rejoice, and I will continue to rejoice, for I know that as you pray for me and the Spirit of Jesus Christ helps me, this will lead to my deliverance. And as I'm reading this, I'm getting so encouraged, and I'm like, Lord, I want to be somebody that people look at and say, man, I want to preach the gospel too. I want to be somebody who lives the gospel, who lives a life worth the gospel. And in reading this, I felt so encouraged to live a life worth the gospel. And in reading those few verses, I felt that I was supposed to live a life of uncomfortability. I was supposed to get uncomfortable so that the gospel could be spread, whether it was through false motives or pure ones. I looked at the title of this section and it says, Paul's chains advance the gospel. Paul was in prison for the sake of the gospel. The very next day, I get a text from somebody in the church. I get a text from some family members. I get a text from some other believers. And it says right there, Charlie Kirk shot. The prayer that I prayed in that moment, the fire that was burning up inside me, the excitement I got to preach the gospel even more, the stirring of my heart, the softening of my heart for the gospel and the lost. This is the prayer I prayed. It's small and short, but it's mighty. In Jesus' name, Charlie's death will inevitably advance the gospel of Jesus. It will stir up the hearts of many in and around and far beyond what we can imagine. Our God never loses, and He never will. The fire that is inside of me today, the fire that is inside of my heart right now, to get uncomfortable, to live the life where I have insecurities, but I am the salt of the earth. The excitement that I have to preach the gospel, to share the good news, to be a part of the message of faith. This is my wake up call, and it should be yours too. The evil is just getting more and more evil. We as Christians need to stop living lives full of prayers with actionless words. We as Christians need to step up to fight the good fight, to finish the race, to endure in our faith. If you're not excited to live a life like Charlie did, if you're not excited to share the gospel, to preach the gospel, to live the gospel the way that Paul did, this was my wake up call and it should be yours too. I will be a part of advancing God's kingdom. I will have insecurities, but I will be the salt of the earth. I will preserve what is good and defend it from evil. I will live the life that God is asking me to live, and I will no longer be fearful of my unworthiness because I am made in God's image. I'm a child of the one true King, and you are too.